This one was the one that kind of killed me. I'm not gonna play this right now. I'll save this for another stream. But um, where is the colorized art? There is colored artwork right here. That to me is a fucking direct ripoff of Mr. Invincible.
I was
This.
waiting for the plot twist where you typed in M and the first result would be mint salad leaks.
But yeah, no, like I feel like this is a direct ripoff. So we've got, I'm trying to look for a good picture. We'll go with the superhero pose. Here's a real good one. Compared to, oh wow,
Even
he didn't incorporate the teal blue.
oh my god. That's like skirting the line of like bare minimum where you could legally make the thing like it was heavily inspired by.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that's
exactly. This is more parody than fucking Riley's entire fucking world. I mean, like, and even if you look at like really close up, like the mask and everything, like it's heavily inspired.
yeah.
There was another good one that was like when I saw it, I was like, holy shit, like this, because not colorized, like that really looks bad.
And can I also say like the design like Superkiller doesn't look like somebody that would be this badass assassin.
Yeah, no.
Like he looks like Robin.
Yeah, and
Like he'd be a sidekick.
can we also state that this is an old stream? I recently found the Superkiller Indiegogo. Let's go here. Like, oh, where is it? Oh, it's down more.
Blood-soaked superhero comedy.
Yeah, but
Christ.
let's talk
He's
about
trying
the
to sell the
dollar amount
comedy
here.
thing.
This is as of July 2nd, 2023, and he's received an additional 40,000 since then.
How?
I don't know. I honestly, if you really want my opinion, I I feel like a lot of these backers are botted backers. Let's just say it that way.
I was gonna say, was it Dick?
Yeah, I think it's Dick. I think this
Just
is
just to
Dick.
make it look like it's more successful than it is, like just
Yeah,
sending like little sock puppets.
yeah. I think I don't. It doesn't. It isn't as far stretch from the imagination for me to think that Dick would come up with what less than 1,000 backers. And like, is that individual backers or is that counted as individual donations? Because if it's individual donations, it could be like a handful of accounts just donating different
121,000
amounts.
or 2,180 backers.
Yeah, but yeah, there was another right here. This was the art I was looking for. Like this was like a holy shit. That looks exactly like fucking the Invincible Sun. And like, I don't know, man. You're not selling me on the fucking artwork here, bro.
No, and it's
I mean, I get some of it's like just ink and paper sketching, but like, here's our progression. By the way, these you have to have a fucking minimum dollar amount for. We saw that with the Bow Black thing.
yeah, it's just.
So why did you take away to do that?
But question, did they pull one of those you know the Fuzzy Wuzzy, like the horror creature?
Yes.
Yeah, did he pull one of that where like they didn't finish the game first? They actually released the plushie merchandise before the game was finished?
Yeah.
Did he really release the plushie before the comics even out?
Yep.
So then that's just marketing.
Yeah.
It's
And
it's Star Citizen in comic form. Like
I'm trying to see if there's any dates. So the most recent update was May 29th. So 23 days he hasn't even posted a update.
well, he probably assumes that he can just say stuff on the podcast because all of their fan base is probably the donations.
How many updates has he even given on this? He's given a fair amount. We're already at a year. Oh, let's see this. Yeah, this art's selling me. Doesn't this make you want to read? Okay. So, May 7th, 2023, you posted roughly a dozen updates, a little over, about 20 is what I fast counted. And like one of them is massive. This is all one update. Before that, you'd gone 2 months before you updated. Where is it? And then a month before that, a month before that, a month before that. Oh, wow. Yep, no, month before. And you had another 2 month break in here between September. Oh, you must have taken off for the holiday. You know,
Eh,
it's a hard time of year, I guess.
I can't blame people for thinking that the product's basically vaporware
Yeah,
because it's.
16. There's 16 updates in total.
And how long has it been?
A year.
Because wasn't it
Well,
supposed to be at the issue 1 a couple months ago?
yeah, yeah. He's been even stringing along. I mean, he even talked about. I found posts from him from back in April of this year. Him saying, "I'm gonna stop the Indiegogo." As you can see, I can still go here and pick my perk and make a donation. So, and this is his form of gaining access to funding. Yeah, they have several forms of merchandising. He has a fucking lunchbox, two plushies, a shirt. It looks like, let's see, all three covers, two plushies, shirt, trading cards. Because those were necessary. Snapback hat, whatever Ultimate Collector's Edition is, and
I mean,
then another card expansion pack.
this feels definitely like the Fuzzy Wuzzy thing. This is merchandising for a product that doesn't yet exist.
Yeah,
And
but
how is Eric July the bad guy when he released 4 comics and he's talking with McFarlane Toys only now after his product is released?
yeah. By the way, I mean, if we want to look at, jeez, Rippaverse, total books. Oh, he even has numbers for how many he sold of every cover. Total purchasers, pre-order campaign. He's actually technically already. That's when he fulfilled his goal. So, and that was less than Vito.
Because didn't Eric literally have it done and he just basically crowdfunded for like the distribution?
Yeah, yeah. He wrote everything ahead of time.
Like, yeah, he made the product and he did it like Kickstarter is supposed to, where you show the product and you like, sort of
Yeah. So here, look at how many
what I'm selling.
comics he has out already. So he has a magazine, this Gooding. There's the Horseman, Yara, Alpha Core, and two copies of Iceman. Iceman. So he's put out what? Six?
4 official issues and some other material.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just can't get behind that. I don't know what am I supposed to be seeing here? What is how is he the bad guy? Like what is so wrong? Outside of that you just don't like his product.
No idea.
Like why this is exactly why like when Jim was on with the Kino Casino, like what am I supposed to dislike about this?
Oh, they flipped out. I have a stream somewhere of Dick Masterson and EVS. The fully genuine people that they are, going over that and them saying, "Well, that's why you should have called me." Meaning EVS. They should have called EVS to explain to Jim what all
Okay,
is
but
wrong.
why do you have to call them? You guys all have had your platform for months and you've been criticizing Eric for months. You couldn't have put it out then?
Let's see. Become a member, get free shipping. This comic's only $20.
Vito's was 25.
Yeah. There was that other logic of like, and that was cover C. Okay, so I'm trying to like, is cover C the only cover available? Shop comics, and we'll just go ice them. And yeah, cover C is the only version available. So issue 2, because it's newer, is 35. Let's see.
But it's actually out and you can get it.
Well, I'm gonna even do one more fun little thing. So 35 cents per page for Eric's comic, and 38 cents per page for Vito's comic, because his is $25 for 65 pages, and Eric July's is 100 pages for 35.
That's a better value page for page. Like it
Yeah, yeah. So his is technically cheaper per page, even, and it exists. It's tangible. You could spend $55 and get both of these.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the Yaira statue, right?
Yeah,
And it should be under toys.
$4.99. Okay.
That's not bad.
No, because I worked in a physical comic store. I know what like model displays like this can go for.
Yeah, because if you look at like Square Enix, like if you go on like their site, like some of their statues are in the thousands.
Oh yeah.
Like their CalArt statues. Like there was one that I wanted for FF14 because I think it had like a skin with it. It was one of the Ushtola ones, and it was like $900. It's like,
Jesus.
oh, wow. Okay, never mind.
Wait a minute.
Like,
Wait a minute. Cover C is $35.
so he's charging the same price. Oh, because it's lewd.
Yeah.
So he has the porn premium.
Oh my god.
And in question, I really want to know how cover C ties in with the story.
Not
Or is
safe
it
for
lewd
work.
just to be lewd? You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's just lewd to be lewd. I mean, we'd have to see some of the comic in order to know. It's a conundrum in itself.
yeah, it's like the mint salad legs. I'm curious, but I don't know how curious.
Oh, he has a not safe for work poster. Good job.
And with that
Yeah.
art style, would you really want that?
Yeah. Yeah. You know who would like it? Uh, was it Eichenwald?
Oh, Kurt Eichenwald. Yeah, yeah. I'm here on the Square Enix site, right? And they have the Masterline figure
Yep.
for the white 2B, so 2P. It's $1,150.
Yeah.
So like that's that Yaira statue, and it's McFarlane Toys, so it's not like a cheap
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be at least fairly solid.
Yeah. Well, and like I'm trying to see like here collections. I want it all bundle is 130. Technically the I want it all bundle for uh there's two bundles that exceed that price for a comic that does not exist. You get three copies of said comic and a not safe for work poster, trading cards, and Ultimate Collector's Edition, which I still do not know. Is that a fourth copy or fourth cover copy technically? Like just a
Maybe it's like
limited
a behind
edition?
the scenes thing, like an art book, maybe like a behind
Maybe.
the scenes thing.
See, the thing is, he never fucking explains any of it, and these do not include shipping, so he's no different from what Eric's doing.
See, and here's the thing: are some of these things already out?
Yeah, yeah, because I
So
believe some of them you can like actually
it,
purchase.
look at all the refunds. Like,
Yeah. Oh shit! Right there's fucking
I,
$5,000.
I just, I wonder too. Like, if I pre-order the stuff now, right?
Yeah.
Do I get the NSFW poster and the trading cards now, or do I have to wait until the
Oh my
comics are done?
god.
You know, am I spending the $300 for the hyper edition and I get
Ooh,
nothing until the comics are done?
that's not a good look, Vito.
Dude, he's literally the Mark Jacobs of comics now. Like Camelot Unchained, like I need to go into the office. I'm processing it 3 years later. I'm still waiting for the refund. Luckily, I'm not the one that I didn't back it because I was like, I don't trust projects because of stuff like we're seeing on screen now. I will be happily purchase the finished product, but finished.
Yeah, I would be interested to like do a side by side comparison. It's been a month. I'm wondering for an update. And then like some of these he didn't even answer.
How
Like
much
what
do you
was
want to
it?
pay the downvotes are either him or Dick?
Ooh, why did you block me on Twitter? I've had no interaction with you whatsoever. I was following you to keep up to date on my contribution to Superkiller. I want a refund if I'm
Notice
not
how he's
unblocked.
notice how he's only answering the ones that want to give more.
Yeah. Well,
The
then
one
not
below
even.
that,
What's this? Why not answer this? What is your 100K?
well, because he doesn't care. But if you scroll down, like, oh yeah, I want the extra signed copy, so can I give you more money for it? Sure.
Yeah.
But then, like, even people that have already donated, once you donate, it's whatever. It's the Star Citizen thing, unless you want to buy a new ship. Whatever. Like,
Oh, of course. I wanted the t-shirt, but you don't have a size small. And like we skipped all these to answer. Oh no, this guy just replied to himself. Campaign ending at the end of April, Vito. March 7th, Vito. Campaign still. Oh my god.
And
Well, May.
June 22nd, still going.
Yep. So that was supposed to read campaign ending April, Vito. May 7th, Vito. Campaign still in demand. Oh my god. Yeah, and then since then, in the past 3 weeks, uh we've got 3 refund requests. Oh my god,
And
man.
this is just a bad look. And look, I don't mind. I want people to succeed independently because I think it's good for people to be independent and create their own stuff. And especially now being in the internet age where we can do that,
Yeah.
that's awesome. But this makes it look bad. Oh, that banner with his face.
I know. I was thinking the exact same thing. I just kept
It's like
scrolling.
it's cringy. Like, do we need a backstory? It's like Vito first rise to prominence by, defending cuties. Then he made Superkiller.
Oh, includes fold out poster. So is the poster that you're including with the other stuff, is that a different
Oh,
poster then, Vito?
oh, cover by La Blue Girl creator Toshio Maeda. Oh, so you basically, how much money did you throw at him
Just
to
to
do
do
that
one
cover?
cover. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's kind of notorious. That's a notorious thing.
Oh,
So like
we're bringing back Pogs. Thank God, Vito. You're gonna have to educate two
electronic
entire
yo-yo,
fucking. You're gonna have to educate two entire generations on what the fuck Pogs even are.
metal slammer tokens. So this guy's basically giving you a fancy yo-yo pogs and a Pokemon gym badge. Huh? Like
Oh my
like
god.
don't get me wrong, like the multi-universal agent
Agent
guide, like
guide?
that's kind of that the shit I like where you
Yeah.
give like extra material to really expand the universe.
Oh,
But
you're
you
not
go
you're
from
not down for the pins, Pogs, and
well, yeah, then you go
yo-yo?
from that you go to that to a yo-yo and as a third what fucking I'm turning 34 this year. What am I gonna use a fucking yo-yo for?
Well, you could put the pins on your backpack, and then you have to get a
I'm
Pog holder.
34. I don't have a backpack. And if I give it to my kid, he's gonna get bullied.
Or expelled for lewd content.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait. Are these
Are these
stretch
the
goals for
cards?
trading cards?
They are.
Stretch goals.
Holy shit, they are.
This is Star Citizen for comics. You cannot unsell me on this point now. That's a furry.
Wait, am I reading this right? Yeah. His stretch goal is capped at 80K.
That's a furry. Bonitis. That is a furry.
It is.
YOLO. Look at the next one. That's Chris Chan. That's basically Chris Chan.
Oh man.
Mint salad.
Oh my god. You're charging $5 to sign books.
Are you gonna clean yourself so my book doesn't smell of cuties?
Oh god, low grade
50,
lube.
$55 pair. Oh, thank God you took 5 off. It's like when
Gee.
like when Ricada had the Baldo thing, 5% off. You're not even giving me the damn sales tax off.
Oh my god. Here's the trading card set. $30 on its own.
And
30
trading
for the
cards.
hat.
Can I ask what the point of the trading cards are?
Well, I want to see like if he was. Okay, so there is an actual game attached to this. No, there isn't.
No, there isn't. This is just Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Enemy weapon.
Vito, have you played this on stream to sell us? Where's Vito playing this game?
What is, and this is the thing that I was saying earlier. This is why I like Eric's campaign more. I feel like I'm wading through too much here.
Yeah.
I just want to know about the comic, and there's all these alternate products
Yeah.
and all these add-ons. It feels like you're selling me a product and DLC with it. Where Eric, if I want a comic book, I can just go and buy the comic, and
Here's
I'm
the
done.
current status. When was this status given? Is that your plot, Vito? Did not give dates so that way nobody can say you've been working on it for X amount of time. You've finished the script and the covers, one of which you paid for, so I hope the fuck it's finished. Seeing that was I don't know, like, okay, if I were to do a comic, I feel like the cover art would be the last thing. I may be fucking stupid and have no like intelligence when it comes to developing a comic, but I feel like if you have the script and then you do some of the artwork for the book, like do your page layouts and then do some of the artwork for the book, you could then, like, I don't know, give examples
Yeah,
to
I
people to create cover art for you.
yeah, I understand why you would do the cover first, but I think that how you said is better because then you can be like, read this book. What do you envision for the cover?
Yeah.
And then send me some examples and I'll choose one and then you color it and
Well, like, the benefit I could see to having a cover is you have something out there that pops and makes it look more tangible, right? Well, if you did the same thing, you would only need to ink and color, like, what, 2 pages?
yeah.
So, like, it could be your introductory pages. It could be, like, a good fight scene that you could always even redraw later on. And now you have 2 pages of a comic to show, like, something to entice people. On top of it, you can then give that to artists to pull inspiration to draw the covers.
Yeah, and I get that, like you said, it would be more tangible, but like I said, I would disagree with you partially there because I feel like if you're taking money, you should have done it more like how Eric did it, where it should be ready to go fairly shortly after you run your campaign.
Yeah.
Like at least like, this is what I'm working on. I just need your money to get it printed,
Well, like I
basically.
said, there's no date on this update. So it's just whenever he last updated the page, which would have been what, $80,000, so it could have been back in July because that's
And
when the goal says it was hit. I'm trying to like look and see if make sure I'm not missing anything. Available items. Yeah, there's no dates so far.
and just look at how much you scrolled through the products.
Yeah. Estimated shipping.
December 2023.
You're only 6 months late. 645 actually claimed.
How many of them wanted to be refunds?
Yeah, how many have been refunded now?
Yeah. What are the dates on the other things? December 2023,
Yeah.
December 2023. So that means that NSFW cover
Ooh.
should have been done by now.
Ooh. Uh, didn't get high claim rate on those. Maybe it's because people are more interested in the comic.
Well, and here's the thing. If you're selling a comic, I don't want an NSFW cover.
Yeah.
Especially like, because what happens if these people are buying it and they have company over and you have to explain why is the tentacle monster looking at that schoolgirl?
Or physically assaulting the schoolgirl in this case.
Yeah, like it's like
Like,
that's like your hardcore fans that are gonna hide it.
yeah,
Like,
maybe have that be a special edition after you met your goal and initially release your first. I don't
yeah,
know.
that'd be like a perfect like sort of like ultimate fan
Yeah.
thing later on down the line,
By the way, I'm,
or
I'm kind of
or to
curious.
gauge interest on it.
He sells this as a upgrade, but I wanted to see. You scamming son of a bitch.
What?
It's enemy weapon with Superkiller expansion for 30
Oh, so
bucks. He
it's a
lists
game.
it. He lists it in several places as the expansion as a different bullet point, meaning the
Wow.
expansion should be available for purchase separately. Yeah, I believe on his main page, on his main campaign page, because I'm in here. Updates. Is it under here? No, it was under the actual where I could click to pick my perk. Oh, with expansion. Okay, I must have misconstrued that. We still have no idea what the collector's edition is. I see no explanation of that anywhere.
Is there a tier called Collector's Edition?
Triple pack plus collector's edition. No explanation of it. Ultimate
Okay,
Collector's
there.
Edition.
So basically, it's saying like you get this tier bonus and
It
these
is. It's
additional
just a
things.
recover. It's a fourth cover right here. The exclusive chrome foil edition of Superkiller #1.
So when it says the Ultimate Collector's Edition, is it just the comic, or is it that entire included items thing? Since that perk is called Ultimate Collector's Edition.
Yeah.
Because it's like that's what I'm wondering. Because it's like if you look at the other one where it says Ultimate Collector's Edition, it seems like it's saying like Ultimate Collector's Edition, so you get that perk addition with the other things in that further on perk. So
Yeah.
like you get all of the you get the pin set, the yo-yo, and all that stuff, and the things in that next tier.
Yep.
So you get it's like you pay extra and you get the previous tier, like
Yeah.
kind of how like
Typically,
Patreon.
that's how it works. Like you would start with these would be like the individual tiers. This would be your tier 2, and then your tier 3 would be this plus all 3.
Yeah, and that's where it's slipping me up in the verbiage because
Yeah.
he's listing it as included items, the collector's edition. So that's basically the previous tier and this extra stuff.
Yeah, and it's funny because this extra
Why not?
stuff is in 2 tiers. So nothing in here is collectible to just this tier. You can pay here and you get the mailbox, the lunchbox and the comic, plus all 3 original, which should have been that collector's tier. And then here you get the special edition comic and the lunchbox again. And what else was included? I think it was the yo-yo, the pins. So really, the only thing special are the pins, the yo-yo, your pogs, and this green book, the agent
Yeah,
guide.
because if you look at it, that Ultimate Collector's Edition doesn't have the other three covers.
Nope, nope. That's another
So
tier above it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why it's that's why that verbiage matters because then this other tier for $75 more, you're paying the 25 for the covers and the card game and stuff. So it has value, but it's like this really awkwardly perceived value by the way he's wording it,
Yeah.
where it's not just like you get this plus the previous tiers.
Well, and then if you really want to take away from it, which I think it explains what you're saying, so it's $75 for $3. So if I take $75 off of this, I'm left with $100 for this item and this item. Well, it's actually $100 for this item, this item, this item, this item, this item, this item, and this item. So you're overinflating the value when it comes here.
You know, it reminds me of like in games, right? Where you like when you buy things
Yeah,
with microtransactions where they do you buy this currency and then you buy this currency into that currency and then you're removing steps from what you initially paid for to make it sort of more convoluted so you don't understand what you're actually buying.
yeah.
Why
And
not just say like
you
get these
actually
items plus the previous tiers?
he previously he previously charged significantly more, another what, $10 more?
So then that's worse value then
Yeah,
actually then because then that's what like that's not $25 a cover then.
no. And
So
this
you're upcharging it in the pack,
yeah.
which is generally where you want to downcharge.
And what's really striking me too is that there's no free shipping. I'm sorry, but this at $100 is going to weigh significantly more than $3 for packaging and
Yeah.
everything else.
With the metal lunchbox.
Yeah. So now I'm going to pay an additional. Now I'm up to probably closer to 125 to 140. This is going to be roughly the same.
Yeah.
So it's like, what benefits are you offering here, other than a
It,
direct ripoff from fucking Invincible?
it just feels really weird, like why you can't just list it like get these items plus the previous tiers.
Yeah, yeah, that
It
would
just
be
it
the most sensible way to do this.
because that's essentially what you're doing, but even when I'm like trying to explain it, it just sounds so convoluted because you have so many different products
Yeah,
packed into each pack. Trying to it feels like they had the tiers and then they're like, let's pack things in here to make it value. Rather than this is what we have, let's offer it for this price. It feels like the price points were done first, and then what was in it was put in afterwards to try to make the value,
yeah,
rather
like
than
this.
each pack be designed to have a certain sort of level of like interest in the
Yeah,
fan.
I feel like this was designed because I want to push my products out there. That's what this was. Like, because I mean, logically, you would go from whatever comic to the triple pack, from the triple pack to the quadruple pack plus maybe an item, and then the quadruple pack plus multiple items. And here is where you probably should have all four plus this stuff,
Yeah.
because then you have additional literature, and then you have whatever shit you want to mix in there. You could do the plushies and the lunchbox. You could do the pogs or the card game. It's interchangeable. Like the hat and t-shirts, kind of like I feel like required should be required a majority of these, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Anything above this triple pack should have the hat and t-shirt because that's standard marketing.
Well, that's also free marketing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what's that?
They're going
I
to
can't
wear
tell you
that
how many
out,
times
and people are going to
I've
ask.
I've Googled shit on my phone when I've seen something that interested me on merchandise that somebody was wearing.
Yeah. Instead, you put it at at the highest tier. It's like so.
That's where your Chrome art book should be.
Yeah,
That's where like the autograph should be.
yeah. And what's funny
Is
is
higher.
what's missing here. What's missing here is this book, this additional literature, which beyond this chrome foil edition of the exact same book, you could basically buy this triple pack and this for substantially less, and actually
Yeah.
have the complete like um all the actual like relative or necessary stuff. I kind of want to go back through and see if he sold just that art book, or not that art book, whatever the fuck that book was. Wait, did he list it in here? Yeah,
Here's the issue that I have with the trading cards, right? All items in the collector's edition will be produced to demand then never produced again. But they're trading cards.
yeah. Wouldn't you want them produced?
Well, and here's the thing with trading cards. Isn't the point to have different ones?
Yeah,
Like, as a fan, if I get two super killers, is it not the point where you have like the sidekick or whatever, and be like, oh, I'll trade you my super killer for your for the sidekick, and then that's fan interaction, that's building the community. But if you're selling these trading cards as sets, there's no reason they're not trading cards, they're collectibles, but they're not trading cards. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, yeah,
it,
yeah. I don't know. I'm even trying to like understand like what is this? I gotta read through this.
no, those are the trading cards. Each card had a stretch goal for a different artist.
What
And
the
that's the stretch goals just in picture form. So to get that one, Super Killer had to have made $80,000 to get the Keter LeBeau Super Killer card.
yeah.
So if you pre-order, so here's the thing, if the pre-orders were like 50,000, do we not get
Any
we're
of this
missing
other
three
stuff?
we're missing the three cards. So is that generally less value because the collection then is smaller?
Yeah.
That seems weird to have the stretch goal for individual artists
Well, and then
until you actually have that done and
like
locked in.
like you said, anything beyond $20,000 too is not like anything different. Like these are all the same main superhero, super killer guy for 25, 30, 35, 40, 40 or 50, 60, 70, and 80,000. They're all the main character.
Yeah,
What's the value in that?
I it it
For even a
it
card game, like it's the same thing.
and it feels weird because it's labeled as a trading card. Now maybe that's just me because I like trading card games and I'm just being like a semantic here, but like that would be a collectible card. Those would be collectible
Yeah.
cards. Those wouldn't
Yeah.
be traded. That wouldn't be trading cards
Or
because
like almost like a baseball card, almost like a status card.
yeah, it's like, and the more we add as it goes on, so it's almost sort of pushing this like if you want value, get more, donate more. Like that gives more value. It feels weird. Like it doesn't. It feels like Vito took all the things he likes. I like plushies. Oh, I like cards. I like card games, and he just threw everything he likes into the campaign rather than what makes sense for the campaign.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm sorry. I'm like just having such a hard time perceiving this.
Yeah, it really feels like it's a stretch goal. This is more. this is more of a snapshot into what Vito's interests are.
Yeah, I could
And
definitely see that.
you know what I mean? Like, and maybe that's the kind of fan base he wants, and that's cool. But I think you need to do what Eric did, and you need to build the fan base and then provide them with these things.
Well, and then like again, here's the thing. Here's the thing, okay? One thing going back to this collector's edition that I can't get past is you say right here in black and white on your Indiegogo page. For starters, you'll receive the exclusive chrome foil copy of Superkiller 1. This variant cover is only available as part of the collector's edition and will never be reprinted again. But it's not. It's part of the collector's edition, but then it's also part of the triple plaque plus collector's edition. But then it's part of this everything else tier, which is nothing.
Well, yeah,
It
but if you
says,
look at the included items, Ultimate Collector's Edition, that's saying that the included item is that tier.
yeah,
But why don't you just say you get everything in the previous tier?
yeah.
It feels so convoluted because it feels like it's like what?
And they could have easily done it on this one because everything in the previous tier is actually in this one. The
Yeah,
lunchbox and all four books.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but it's weirded. It's worded weirdly, and
Yeah.
it's
Like I said, it just feels like this tier is stuck in there just sheerly for like, I wanted an easy way for people to spend $100.
yeah, because usually with usually 100 is like almost like a sweet spot for like
Yeah, but I would
projects like
rather
this.
this be 100.
Yeah, that
Make
would make more sense.
make this one 50. I could maybe justify that slightly more with like the metal token, this fucking yo-yo, the pins, the special book. But mainly it's like for this and the special book, like it feels like that could justifiably make it worth a little more.
Yeah.
And you get the
And
other toy shit. So then you're trying to quantify it in a different way there. Like this
I
is
mean,
just weird.
it feels like a throwback to the 90s with the yo-yo, the pogs,
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a
the gym
direct
badge,
callback to like I was the nerdy kid in the 90s. Like
which is
that's
fine. I was too, but it feels weird that that's sort of your like premium or your intro to your premium tiers,
yeah.
and it's doesn't feel like your products are that. Like your covers, your four covers should be that. Like the collector's edition should be the metal cover and the three covers,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then the tiers after that should be the extra stuff.
Yeah. Or if you wanted to offer like a more friendly version, you could offer the three covers and the foil, or the other option would be is swap out the NSF thing for this book.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then you would have two purchasing options. You could have option A or option B at $100, and it would be both good exclusive benefits. Like if you wanted the NSF stuff, you could have it. You're not stuck with it. If you prefer prefer a safer work version of stuff, and you're more interested in just having the appeal of like the two normal covers plus the one special edition cover and another piece of literature, like
Yeah.
you would feel I feel like people would genuinely feel like they benefited more.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
the way, where's the fucking trading card for this guy?
Oh, don't worry. That's probably at 150K.
We just forgot to put that one in there. Like, I'm not wrong, right? Like, I didn't. Nope,
Yeah.
nope. The sidekick girl has two cards. The fucking main character has fucking the rest. Aside from the sidekick girl, also appears on this one. It's not a
Yeah.
full form, so I mean, I could basically say there's what, three cards with the sidekick and 8, 9 cards with the fucking main superhero. 10 cards.
Yeah. And I don't understand the NSFW cover.
I really don't like that. Should be its own independent thing, devoid of these fucking collector's editions and
Well,
stuff
not
like
just
that.
that, but what does it have to do with it? I have not seen anything because Super Killer kills superheroes.
Yeah,
Now, maybe this is me being weird, but wouldn't you rather should your NSFW cover like have a more like obvious that it's back, not just like someone that looks maybe it's the style, but it doesn't really look all that much like her.
yeah.
Like maybe it should be like her, like maybe with her costume
It
torn or
doesn't.
something,
It doesn't tie
something
in.
that like
It literally
something
says
that
it
feels
right here.
superhero in the world of Japanese horror manga, but you're not that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you have her like, like
In your
her
universe,
well, her
they
costume's torn and she's like sort of like holding herself, like like Tiki were a comedy, but we're not. The NSFW is more like a raunchy American Pie comedy.
yeah.
Shouldn't you lean into that more rather than it feels like Japanese horror? That'd be like if I'm like, Patrick, let's make a comic book. You and I will sit down and write it, and then here's our limited edition cover, and it's done by Junji Ito.
It has
Like,
nothing to do with anything that we've just spent countless hours doing.
yeah, like make it like a lewd comedy, like
Yeah.
if you're gonna do that, do that. But it just feels like lol, I like tentacles, lol. Let me put that there.
Yeah, and this just seems like it's for the lulls because of the whole ending of this sentence. Your wall and disappoint your family.
Yeah, it's like he's
Way to
playing into the
sell it.
it's like you're playing into the meme of like lol hentai lol.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know, like, maybe I'm being a little stupid for like critiquing that point now. But like I just feel like it doesn't feel like it's as thought out. And that's what you know what I mean? Like how can I don't even know your product, but read the genre can create something that ties in better.
I'm just trying to read his logic on this. So does this logic Vito not include Eric?
That's what I was about to say, like, independent revolutions for the ones I deem fit.
Yeah, yeah.
With
But I
dozens of trailblazers that are okay in my book. And
I
look,
just
doesn't she look like a black-haired Barbara Gordon?
come on, scroll. Yeah.
Like if you look up like Oracle, like after she got paralyzed, like I'm getting that vibe. And that looks like in a way Artie looks like Puppy Cat.
I just as much
Like,
criticism as I gave him, I'm just trying to like look to like see packs and bundles. Again, all four covers and an additional thing. First appearance pack bundle.
and look, he even like, the polymath, like look at it, like, it's like pick your cover and it's like it feels like it's made with a purpose.
Yeah.
And Vito's feels like it's I like all these things, and that's cool. I'm happy that you like things. I wish I could like things.
Yeah.
I wish I wasn't a bitter nihilist all the time, right? I wish I could like things.
Well,
But
here
like
he even has like an ultimate book pack, like devoid of everything else. He's got a book pack.
if you want everything that's out right now and all of the
Yeah,
covers, like look, you can choose options too.
yeah. So you get just because this is the only one left available, but on this I could pick whatever of the three remaining
What's
covers,
left? Yeah, like
and then I have all options here. I mean, this even seems like a properly maintained page because the covers are being removed as they're going out of circulation.
well, that's because it's actually made.
It's
Vito doesn't
yeah.
have to worry about that part yet because it's not printed. Like,
Oh, and this is pre-order, and it's got a countdown.
you know what? I bet it's already printed.
Yeah,
And look, like written by legendary writer Mike Barron. So it's like he's even now getting outside people to be a part of his universe, kind of like what they did with the Star Wars books.
yeah. Like this. So then, what's the criticism going to be on this one? If this book is liked, would you still then say like, oh, the Rippaverse is a failure because this has nothing of him involved, even though he made it possible to exist?
Yeah, it's
I mean, he's doing the opposite of everything everyone else we criticize, like in that he's extending the ladder. Like he's not pulling the ladder up like we sit there and say about fucking Ian and all that. Like he's actually like offering like no, here, write the story. This is the characters I wanted on, but like here, write the story. We got interior art, coloring, lettering. So now they have lettering, but it's still
created
created
by Eric
by.
July. Yeah, so it's
So he's still retaining creative aspect of it.
Yeah, it's like I think, if you don't like the book, criticize the book, but like everything I see here, like from the marketing to the way he ran the campaign, like I think it's been solid. You cannot like the book, but at least you can say he delivered to his fans. He's trying his best. Like he might not, well, every book might not land. It might not be the greatest comic book, it might not be the Killing Joke, but he's doing it,
Yeah, I mean, like, look, he's got a
like
legit team now too.
yeah, and
Video assets, art director, community manager, customer relations.
creative manager,
Yeah, he's even got financial operations and an operations manager.
he has like he said, I have a legitimate business for it, and it's like, okay, cool, I'm proud of you. Like this when he said he wanted to disrupt the industry. I think this what he's doing is kind of how you're doing it, right? Like I think this is a good thing because like look, he's shipping it, he's making it. I don't know. Like
yeah,
it's hard to argue against him.
yeah, and like even this, like he's got a membership thing. Like this is kind of a pretty interesting concept.
Well, I
So,
mean,
so
look,
a residual income, but he's still giving exclusive wallpaper, so you get digital media with it. Um, you've got voting. There's a discount on merchandise, engagement, early access to pre-orders, free copies of the magazine, and that's included even with the lowest tier, $5.
yeah,
You're still getting digital media, a discount, early access, the free magazine, and then there's a forum site. Like, this is pretty cool. And then he bumps up the discount. So here
yeah.
there's a standard. It's got to be a greater than $75 and you get 20% off. Here it's 30%
No,
off everything.
it's 20% off, but anything greater than $75 is
Oh,
free
free
shipping.
shipping. Okay.
But so you get 25% off base, but then you
Yeah.
also get free shipping on over 75, and with the 52 you get it regardless of how much you spend.
Yep.
So I like stuff like that because it's like, I sub to like things like tea,
Yeah.
where you can order exclusive teas, or you get like flavor samplers of teas that they're in development to get like, what's your feedback on this and stuff like that. Like it's you're adding residual income, but you're also building a community. There's
Yeah.
very little fallback to it.
I mean, he's got a returns set up. I didn't see anything on videos about the return stuff, uh, administration stuff, a full fucking FAQ section. So, what is this? Oh, he even has a detailed video laying out like the membership stuff. I mean, yeah, a lot of it can be said. This is all tangible because it does exist.
And you know what? We didn't need like
He's
the
got a
Rosetta
fan art.
Stone. We didn't need the Rosetta Stone like we did for Vito's to figure out
No,
what we're buying.
no. He's even got CAPTCHA protection. Probably an AI assisted. Yep.
Part of me wants to be like, how can I order Superkiller?
I just kind of want to see. Ooh, okay. This is the stuff that interests me.
And it's
So,
professionally done.
yeah, like this is a legit agency.
So he put his money and time into it, like, and he invested in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say this is probably on par with like a Dark Horse. Like if I pulled up their stuff.
Yeah, look, it looks almost exactly the way it's laid out. It has very similar layouts.
Yeah. I mean they've
Wonder who makes that.
I would say his is even easier in some
Yeah,
regards. Newsfeed zones. Yeah, like they've got this is probably what he's building towards. Creators, buys. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I see a lot of similarities between this and this.
yeah, it looks like it's solidly done.
Yeah. And this is stuff that, you know what, Vito's got a lot of money on hand. He could actually sit there and pay out. He doesn't even have to have it as in depth as what Eric July has here. But, you know, it would sell more, it would draw more to have somewhere that you're going to be hosting all of this. Because you're not going to want to host indefinitely and in perpetuity on Indiegogo. So like
Yeah,
you're going to want this stuff eventually. You can't stay there. It's not your home forever.
Yeah, and you know what I see in the next couple of years?
What's that?
You know how he has that membership tier?
Yep.
I can see him adding animation to that in a couple of years
Yeah.
and having like, a real like Rippaverse, almost like what they did with DC.
Yeah.
Like a small like sort of with, and maybe not as high quality because you can't pay these massive animation studios because you don't have literally billions like DC, but I can see him getting a solid group of guys that can draw, and some maybe on call talent or some voice actors
Yeah.
and doing an animation in a couple of years and then putting it in the membership tiers.
Yeah.
I can see him building to that.
Yeah, there's a couple ways he could do that. He could do the animation with it. He could do like music.
Yeah.
I mean, you could sit there, you could create a podcast where like he would spin off and have like the different artists on and stuff like that and talk about the comic. He could bring on independent artists, independent
Behind the
comics,
scenes
kind of like a Joe Rogan type
interviews.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, or and have like a behind the scenes like here's how we made this and
Yep.
interviewing the artists and the panel writers and
Yeah.
talking about how they made, and that's the thing I like
The
like this is
strategies of it. Yeah. Like
yeah,
here's how it
and this
went
is
from concept to physical page.
yeah, and this is also why we put it in this way. Like if you looked at that, we feel like this is the best angle
Yep.
to see the action. And that's the sort of stuff like the inside. I like seeing the inside. And I can see Eric doing that in a couple years once he has things built up.
Christ, for such a bustling universe, he's got a lot of even character build. Hey, look at that. Did you see that?
What?
Look, wouldn't that be more of a tie-in to an anime manga?
Yeah,
Wouldn't this guy maybe be a bigger tie-in to an anime manga?
yeah, yeah. You could have like a manga stylized with that, with a kind of character like that.
Yeah,
And look at that, like Lillian, like that character, that's something that interests me. Like I
yeah,
can look at that, like, ooh, okay, magic-y, kind of like, Teen
yeah.
Titans Raven, sort of Zatanna, like that sort of magical
I just,
character that I would be interested in. And I don't, it's laid out to the point where I was like, okay, maybe I'll check this out. Like it's making me want to like delve deeper into it. And I know there's product I can.
yeah,
And the thing too I want to mention about the character designs, if you look at it, it looks like he has characters for everyone.
yeah,
Like if you look at Lillian, that's I like that sort of character. Then you
yep,
have like, that guy that's sort of like bug horror. You have,
yeah.
the
He's got more like gangster style, even.
the the mystic, like,
Yeah,
the horseman for like the night. It all feels like there's characters designed purposefully
yep,
that oh, you like this aesthetic, you like that aesthetic, you like this aesthetic, and it's like simultaneously trying to draw your interest in but without stifling the entire universe, because that's how life
yeah.
is.
Like
Not
this guy,
everybody's the same.
like Darren, the main bad guy. The art style for him interests me. I
He
bet you
reminds
if
me of
I clicked on any of these, like, I bet you there's yeah already some story built into it, where their appearances are. Yeah, see, like this appears first in Alpha Core.
and I like how like Lillian, her ability was some sort of purple magic because
Yeah,
that's not known about her, where his abilities are straight out told to you.
yep,
It doesn't break the universe.
no, no, and I'm sure like if we went with more normie style, yeah, ability, wealth.
Oh my god, Belinda. You like seeing the inside? My god. Bloodroot, that's another one. Like, look, it's like the
Yeah,
Van Helsing, Constantine,
yeah,
like blood manipulation. Well,
manipulation.
I'm
Yeah.
there. I'm there saying Clemente. Like, okay, like that's what I'm.
You know what's
Okay,
really
like,
funny? Funny story about this. So, like, here's the thing that I don't get. Before I explain my funny story, I look at this and everything's laid out, right? Like the blood manipulation and magic. Uh,
yeah,
when EVS drew the cover, the second issue cover with her on it. Oh, she will have her own spinoff
I'm there.
with
Hey, guess
multiple covers coming and Jesus Christ, man.
congrats, Riley. You just made Eric have another customer. I'm down for this shit. Like,
But no, EVS actually drew the cover on the second comic. So let's see if I can get to it. So I would have to go. It's Item 2, and it's this one. And he's like, "Well, I wasn't given much direction." He's like, "So I kind of drew the stuff coming out of her like electric like and everything else." And even though he fucked it up because he's like, "Oh, well, I wasn't given good direction. I didn't know how to explain stuff." It still actually fits.
it still looks good. That just sort of feels like a backtrack.
Yeah. And you know what's really funny is another artist made fun of him for this cover because of this arm.
Oh my god.
Because they said when you draw out
Well,
this arm
it looks like his
versus
arm's
this arm,
massive.
he's like, this arm would be like 30% longer. And so some guy drew all over the cover, which is what he does when he does his review of ISOM, and drew this guy's arm like down to here.
Uh,
But yeah, like, I mean, some of these covers look fucking good. Like, this is a good draw in cover. Find out why ISOM quit. Quit
yeah,
what? But you'll
and
find out.
it's one of those things too. Like it
Like, this screams like late 90s, early 2000s. Like,
yeah, it sells me a little bit. Like it
this seems even more like dark side type comics, like a more graphic
yeah,
novel.
or Batman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some of those like, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, and even looking at EVS's cover, it's not bad.
No.
Like it's and Eric obviously liked it enough to put it
Still, as the cover, he
in.
didn't scrap it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny. I want to see. So we have that, and then okay, show me the covers here. He's not even on the covers anymore. Did you notice that?
No.
Eric July took his name off the covers.
So did he write AlphaGore?
Yeah, if you
Or
look
was
at
he
him
just
here,
creative director?
I wonder if he was more creative, and that's why. Because like here, he is on every cover, and
Yeah.
these Alpha Core's totally different crew. Um, so I wonder if he's got different groups of people for each. Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah, so he's just crediting the people that directly worked on it. So it's
Yeah,
not even like he's trying to like market himself everywhere.
yeah,
Like he's making an honest to God indie dark horse.
yeah. I
He's
think.
making one of those like dark horses or what's the other small comic?
Oh, God, I had it pulled up at one point. I'd have to Google it.
Oh, IDW.
Okay, yep. Read more. I want to see if he's on any of these because I feel like he was more involved with these. No, no, and I mean, you could even sit there and say like, okay, the Yaira, the female role stuff, is written by two women.
Yeah. But he doesn't and it's like one of those things where it's like, oh cool, so there's like that diversity and viewpoint without having to just slam it in your
Yeah,
face.
yeah,
Letting the story do the legwork.
yeah. Story by, yeah,
Yeah, penciler by Deborah Corrida. So it's
yeah, and he's even got different studios and stuff working on this stuff. So, fuck it, let's go Alpha Core.
a story by Chuck Dixon. So he doesn't. So he put the people who worked on it.
Yeah,
He didn't just
yeah.
throw his
Like
name on it, even
he's
though
not
it's
even
technically his franchise.
in here anywhere on this one. I saw him too. Story by him. That's it.
Yeah. And you know what? Like if you pull up any of the other covers that aren't ISOM, one thing you notice too is like it's not even listed as like it's Rippaverse comics up in the top left.
Yeah,
Notice how it's not like inspired by the universe created by Eric July.
yeah, yeah. No, he
He
doesn't
still
use
just
that.
lets he lets the people breathe and take the center stage.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah. This could be completely independent of the normal Rippaverse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The only thing you know is it has the logo up at the top left, which is basically what DC and Marvel does.
yeah, yeah. And if it were me, like looking at this, like if I were to interpret this, like just not knowing really shit about comics, I would say that it's more like a DC or a Marvel logo. It's just
Yeah.
that this is Rippaverse Comics. This is Dark Horse Comics. Like it's the same
Yeah.
fucking thing.
It's an independent comic studio. Oh, wait, it's all one shared universe created by a guy? Cool.
Yeah,
Now I'm gonna go read the other things.
yeah. Now I've got more tie-ins. I can read other stories, and if I don't like where one story's going, I can move to a totally different thing and not lose all of my forward momentum reading into this.
Yeah.
You could start with Isom, not like Isom, probably start reading
Alpha,
Horseman or
but you
something
might
or
like
Alpha
Alpha Core.
Core.
You might like
Yeah,
Alpha Core because you might like the more team dynamic rather than just watching one man's journey. Or
yeah.
you want the hero's journey, maybe you'll pick up Isom because you want to see sort of go back into that,
Or you could have
you
read
know?
Isom and actually liked the Yair character, and now they've got their spinoff. Now you can get
Yeah.
just their exclusive story. You don't have to read Isom too. You could for the little snippets that they might be in there, but which it would be
I
cool if his magazine took care of that as far as like tying stuff together. Like, hey, if you're interested in this storyline, check out these related appearances. You
maybe it
know,
does.
like I feel like that would make a lot of fun sense. Like, or just having here like somewhere appearances.
Yeah.
That's my only critique so far.
But it feels very solid. It feels very solid, and I like what I see. Like I think he's looked at what Marvel and DC are doing, pulled out the wrong things,
Yeah,
kept what worked, looked at what Dark Horse is doing, pulled out the things that didn't work, and then put in what he liked. And
yeah, he
then I
built his
think,
own brand. Yeah.
yeah, and I think he's balancing, doing a good balance of what works and what didn't, and maybe trying to go a different direction than what didn't work for other studios.
It would be really interesting to see if he releases the reins on ISOM 3 to where he takes a backseat, as much of a backseat as he has with these others.
Well,
Or
see,
if that's going to remain his pet project.
I think that will because it's inspired by his grandfather
Yeah,
or his great grandfather. I can see him really focusing in on that because it has such a personal meaning to him and it built the company. I can see him doing that and then just managing the universe as a whole and being like, here's what I view here. Get me from point A to point B with Alpha Core and let me read what you get. Okay, I like that. Get it
by the
done.
way, can I compliment this really quick? Like, just from a technical standpoint, I like this. As I'm scrolling through, I scroll a little bit and I'm interested, right? Over here appeared pretty quickly some merchandising for it.
Yeah, it's a really well done.
And it does actually dissipate at one point as I continue to scroll down. Now it's gone.
Yeah.
Like technologically, I like that. It's got an appeal. It's got a good appeal as far as like upselling people. Like, oh, if you're looking at this, you probably like this. Like,
Yeah, and you know what I like too?
what?
As you scroll down, right, you see the product, you get a backstory,
Yeah,
right? Like so you here's the overview, here's what this is about, here's the characters, and here's related products, here's related books that tie in with Alpha Core, with
yep,
the Ira, with ISOM. So if you want to see where maybe Avery had his first run in with Alpha Core, you can find it here.
yep,
Oh, you like that? Here's an Alpha Core poster. Like,
yep.
but it doesn't shove the products right in your face. It lets you sort of get in, it lets you breathe, it lets you see what you're looking at. And
Mm-hmm.
then, hey, you like this? Why not also order this? Because they're in this one.
It's
And
not stifling you with pop-ups or anything like that. Like, yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
not
not trying to
intrusive.
sell you. It's not trying to sell you on anything, but pique your interest and maybe like, hey, maybe you want to buy this. And
Yeah.
hey, surprise, this comes as a deal or a pack.
So is this? This looks to be part of his.
This is the charity I think that Dick was going on him about, where he would donate books to kids and stuff.
Okay, comic books for kids is a separate entity. Okay, it looked tied in for a second. I was like, is this his?
Well, no, but that's that charity that he worked with.
That's fucked. This is funny.
So he even has like a link to the charity.
Yep, directly to external.
Now this looks like out of the 90s. Like this straight up, dude. I'm getting like GeoCities.
Web 1.0, baby.
Look, Pez. Pez. You could get Pez.
Oh my god. There's a retailer login. I'm really, really, really blown away at like
Look,
the
there's the
complete.
social links on the left there.
Yep.
Very, very minimal, but also,
Accessible.
yeah.
He's got a full refund. He even has like a step by step, like, and then give us a contact.
Yeah.
Exchanges. A full help support. Man, I'm like really astounded at the level of like.
It's purposeful. It's very purposeful, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. The ease of use of the page is astounding to me too.
And this is where I would like, this is the type that I would make me want to support this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interested me, that's for sure. Christ, he even has like careers. This is a full fleshed out career thing.
Yeah, like it's very solid. I'm impressed with it. When he was saying that like I made a business, he's not joking. Like this is very
No.
well done and impressive.
No, full login. Like I'm trying to find anywhere where it falls apart, and I have not found anything aside from the link to the external unassociated charity. Like
The GeoCities site.
yeah. Like they were just a couple flash images away from winning the
Being
award.
a YTMP.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I was just waiting for like a strobe light of like a dying child to keep flashing. Like it's like donate to us or this kid dies.
And a countdown timer.
Right? Like the old cringy geo sites from the 90s that tried to make themselves seem like it was spooky scary.
Yeah. When you go to leave the page, are you sure you want to let children die?
Right? Would you like to buy my comic, Superkiller?
Yeah, I'm astounded at like for somebody that criticized another company so heavily. We have a convoluted purchase level. All of this seems like money, 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 money.
And it's an Indiegogo. Like it doesn't. And the sad thing too is,
Who the fuck are these people? If you didn't know, what the fuck importance do they have to
I
this?
thank you. This project dedicated to my Sarah Mostajabi. So did she die? So is that like Vito's former romantic partner that's dead? Are you just like dropping a dead girlfriend? Is this dead girlfriend lore?
Yeah, I think it might be.
Look, that face Vito has there on that right one, that's exactly what I have right now. I'm trying to solve this. Like
Wait, so we could just sit here and say like he's trying to profit off the death of his significant other.
I don't want to go in that hard on Vito. Like I'm still trying to be somewhat charitable here.
My charitability. I'm gonna ask him point blank, Vito, why are you propagating off of the death of your significant other while not releasing? You're a scam.
I'm the shit poster, and yet I'm the shit posting mod, and I'm the one being more.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But like, it's not even a tie-in. That's the thing that's this. Thank you for support of the independent. This should be another section, like an in memoriam.
Your support makes it possible for creators like myself to fight back against mainstream tyrants ruining our media. By the way, here's my dead girlfriend.
Yeah. Look at her sweaty armpit.
No. And the sad thing is, Vito and Dick, they are like LA people. They could do what Eric did. They could do it.
This kills me. This is how the independent revolution succeeds, by all of us working together and promoting the spirit of free and open creativity.
As long as you're not a black tech man.
Unless you're that scumbag Eric July, in which case, please donate to me because look at my dead girlfriend.
Like, goddamn Eric D. July. He got my buddy Riley arrested.
Oh man. Boy, you really cared about that girlfriend, huh, Vito? You literally made her the footnote. Oh
I just,
man.
uh, I'll swing around to it, but like, I want everyone to succeed, right? Because, as much as I'm shitting on Vito here, right? Like,
Yeah.
it is
I'm questioning whether
right.
Vito wanted his girlfriend to succeed at this point.
Jesus, I see we reversed roles tonight. Okay, all right. I guess I'm. Hi, chat. I'm taking the stream now before Patrick gets his ass canceled.
Tell me I'm
God
wrong.
damn. You're not wrong, and I do admit that. I'm trying to save you here.
He put
As
he put the
as
dead
your friend,
girlfriend after the tentacle cover.
as your friend, let me save you.
Okay.
Let me save you. I'm your friend. I promise.
Okay, come at it. I think I've dug too deep at this point, but go for it.
Yeah, maybe at this point I should just throw the ladder and climb in with you. Fuck. But like they are like, and here's the thing that baffles me, right? Dick has said like me and Vito, we've written stuff and sold it to people in LA. You have the connections. You can do this. You know what this industry is then. You have
Yeah,
a head up on Eric July then.
yeah,
You can like
yeah. Because you could sit there and say Eric July was just another black dude in Texas.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing, like like the Vito, that little phrase down there, he's not wrong.
Yeah,
When we all succeed, like that's
yeah,
taking the wins out of the sails of the Marvels of the DCs that has pushed their politics over story and all that other stuff.
yeah,
You have the ability to do it.
yeah,
Don't do your crowded Indiegogo. Invest in yourself. Invest in your story. Invest in make a company. Do it because Eric will be the one challenging it because it won't be an Indiegogo comic that takes the wind out of the sails of DC and Marvel. It will be a
several.
legitimate business.
Yeah, and it'd be several businesses like that. I
Yeah.
mean, you're not looking to take Eric's share of the pie. You're looking to take a share of the pie away from those larger comic book creators, ideally, which is what you should be looking to do, because they already
Yeah.
have enough of the pie. Is how you should be thinking it.
Yeah. And it's like you can do it. Like, but you don't get into the slap fight. Don't get into the internet. I know it's all fun to, slap fight and shit on the internet, but like if you're serious about the mission, focus in on it.
Yeah. I have a real side question. Do we think the background of this one was also inspired by the girlfriend, since we don't know how she had met
Jesus
her end?
Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay, we definitely flipped roles here. Belinda's in chat. She's fucking egging you on. Like, let's go. It's like, Jesus Christ. I'm trying to, like, I'm having the heartfelt hour where, I can save him. I can save Vito. Like, I can fix her. And then you're like, no, let it burn.
Look, I feel like the violence in this comic was inspired by violence in Vito's life, and that may be domestic violence for all we know.
Oh my God. Look, I didn't say that, so if you sue anyone, it will be just Patrick.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Doing the Nick Cicada thing, backtracking. Oh, I didn't say it was just my opinion Vito beat his girlfriend to death. I didn't say he did it for sure, chat.
Look, I'm drawing a logical conclusion based on the amount of violence,
Blood in the background.
violence, and the fact that you put her at the end. She comes
Christ.
literally after all the violence.
This is where you're like, she was a footnote at the end of this Indiegogo campaign, just like she was a footnote in your life.
Exactly. I was gonna do that, but oh man.
Well, if we're going down, I'll go down with you. God damn it.
Oh my god. I just want to know, like, seriously though, like when I look at this amount, $118,000. I'll drop it down and say 110 because like fees and shit, right?
Yeah.
So 110, I can probably find, even if I wanted to like really go the cheap route, and I'm not saying this like rudely, I'm saying this like factually. If I wanted to go the cheap route and hire people from like India or something to design a page for me, I could, and they would do it at a reduced rate because that is a thing.
Well, yeah, I mean,
So
and
like
that's
you could still have a web page that is maybe similarly on par with what Eric July has done for you by, yeah, it's going to be a slightly less reputable company, or maybe you're going to have to hire independent web artists and stuff like that, but you still could have something that's a landing page for your site, still have probably at least $100,000 to then invest towards your comic. And I feel like even if you took and broke it up into thirds, okay, I take a third and I want a third to go towards production, and that's going to include like the initial logistics and everything else. Um, and then probably the next third will be like your administrative stuff. You want some warehousing and all that shit. Uh, Probably be best if you hired an actual bookkeeper. And then the last third would go towards your development of the comic, your art and
yeah.
everything else.
Well, I mean, art could just be done by Mint Salad.
The
Just
next victim, yeah.
hire her full time so she can, quit OnlyFans and jumping around. Let her actually flourish as an artist.
Yeah, yeah.
Why she got thrown out of her house after all.
I know. You talked her out of her safety.
Yeah, so set her up, you know, not with Riley, but with an actual career.
Yeah, yeah. And
Not with
like
young Lupa.
it's just like it's insane to me. Cuz like again, all of this comes from like all the stuff that we're seeing here is the same stuff that he just has out there on this page. Now I want to know if the footnote woman comes up. We need the lore. Give us the lore, Vito. Oh, is this what he served inspiration from? Captain America? I don't know if we're gonna get the dead
I,
girlfriend background lore.
I also like how on the thing it's Meth Gator, Vito, and then a World of Warcraft fan with his Blood Elf character. Like,
Oh man. Yeah, this seems like the reputable way. Which, by the way, this is like the only thing out there with Superkiller. Like, there is nothing. Like, if you just search Superkiller, it's it's
I
null.
made a I made a comic book and then it's immediately null shitting on him. Like, you're almost reaching DSP levels where the detractors are gonna be above you.
Yeah, this was the one we were looking at, and so then there's Superkiller versus Isom.
Null read Super Killer Draft.
Like Null has actually done more to promote your comic at this point.
Yeah. Well, if you scroll up a bit more too, it says right above Sick for Super Killer, a video above that was like Super Killer Vito struggles with Super Killer. So 1 month ago there's a video that's already being like, yeah, it's in development hell.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And then, oh look, more Josh.
Super Killer, there's a streamer.
Yeah. Like
Use code the Fortnite item shop.
why do you have an item shop? Like why? Oh
No,
wait.
I was
Wait.
right. It was a
Wait. Wait.
Fortnite streamer.
So does that mean he's infringing? Should we let Superkiller know that there's a comic being made in his name?
No, what we need to do is we need to get Super Killer to contact Vito about getting Super Killer skins in Fortnite so Super Killer can run the Super Killer skin and then throw a Super Killer skin giveaway where the
Yeah.
winner gets a skin and the yo-yo.
I want a special edition, girlfriend edition, dead girlfriend edition skin.
If you, God damn it. I was gonna be like, have an event like, you know what? The first 10 people that can kill Super Killer in Fortnite gets the Pokemon gym badge.
uh.
Can you beat Blue from Pallet Town? Let's find out.
This is how she met her demise, I guess.
My God, all of this is All of this is Superkiller just gonna be like, if I did it, but like in comic form.
He's the JF Jarepay of comics.
Oh my god, is he George Floyding Avery?
Yes.
And welcome!
Oh my god.
And his voice is
I'm
so
so glad you
exhausted, it
reminded
makes it
me.
even
Not the new
worse.
Not the new one. What do you mean?
Well, you can't. What don't you like about the new Superkiller fan art that someone made that they love? The
Okay,
Superkiller kills superheroes.
I have to say something real like.
YouTube. Hold on. What's wrong with
Okay.
that?
There's a number.
Isn't that what your guy does? He kills superheroes.
Stop.
So that's
Please
I saw him.
Stop.
That's I saw him that Eric July made.
I'm not going to be able to make it.
That's
through
I
this
saw
episode if you keep doing
He
that.
literally has
Our
a
guy,
don't do
Superkiller,
drugs.
whose whole job it is
Wow,
to kill
that's,
superheroes, has kneeled down.
you know what's funny
On
is
the back of
that
Isom's
little baggie there. I
Yeah.
bet that was getting by Nick Rekieta. Is that rackets? Is that the coke that the cops got from racket?
That's
Is-
what
or
they
I'm-
found on the 9-year-old when they frisked her.
Yeah. He started just. It's like, sir, are you Nicholas Rekieta? Yes. He just throws the baggie down. I see you're in possession of narcotics. What do you mean? You put that there. You put that there. Would you
Oh,
like
man.
me to read your Miranda rights?
So is this Vito? On a serious note, is this you working together to go against major comic producers?
What this is a stand of the independent comic scene against racism. Because we will not stand for superkillers represented by Marvel, George Floyding the small guys.
Oh, this was 1 year before your comic should have been released. You disappointed your dead girlfriend. Good job.
You are. Wait. 2022. She died around then. December 2022. Do we just uncover some more hidden Vito lore?
Oh yeah. She died from Vito's rape. I can't even finish it. Oh, fuck. She died from Vito's I can't.
My third ever stream, and I'm gonna be canceled.
It's Vito's overt fan racism that killed her in the end.
Jesus. I'll get a message in Discord later. We can't be on stream together anymore. Why? Because I got banned.
Great news. We're moving to the other channel, which shall not be named here, so YouTube has a harder time finding me. It's not ban evasion if it existed before.
It's like a M. Night Shyamalan plot twist. I was the alt account all along.
Oh, that's the Keemstar route.
Is this? Like, I cannot think of a worse fucking thing than
Look at his
Superkiller
face.
kneeling on the neck of Eric July's Isom character while holding a baggie of fentanyl and saying, "Don't
that's
do
what
drugs."
happened?
Yeah, I think it's a clear
that's
reference to
fentanyl,
certain real
okay.
world events.
Oh.
And the worst part, here's what happened today on Twitter. There's like this one.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Vito was Superkiller all along.
Jesus.
Most excited for in 2023, and I
He's
said
waiting
I'm
for
excited
another
for my
dead
comic
girlfriend
Superkiller
to-
and posted a picture. And
There's
so
her
on
body
below it said, I
behind
am
him.
also excited for Superkiller
Just
and
fucking-
posted my character kneeling.
What did you say?
That's the body behind all the blood. You just Superkiller just chucked her into the wall and she exploded.
Oh my god.
On a black man's neck with a bag of fentanyl, and I go, "Well, I'm not getting that deal. not getting a publishing deal from IDW. If you guys are gonna spam this fucking shit." Not that I wanted the IDW deal, but still, it's not a good. It's not like,
I highly doubt you're getting the IDW deal, Vito.
To begin with,
I mean-
I don't think that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
You literally have a scene where Beck falls on Superkiller and she's like naked or like her costume's tearing off, and everybody starts accusing Superkiller of being a sex pest and rapist. I don't see IDW being like, yeah, let's take your anime inspired funny haha that's actually weirdly similar to what you get accused of on Twitter in an uncomfortable way, and then
And
we'll
here
print that.
you thought, Vito, it was the Eichenwald tentacle porn that was gonna do you in.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 'cause I can totally be like IDW. It's like, you know. So, do you have what you want us to print? Yes, and he just flops it on the table, and they look down and they just see like the anime Beck getting like violated by some tentacle creature, and be like, yeah, there's the door.
Well, what astounds me is that it is okay. So realistically, if you're of any like aptitude in trying to do this comic shit, you would want your comic to be sold by retailers, meaning there's technically only 2 comic covers they could go with. Because if they went with the third, it would have to be in the no visibility barrier
The
stuff.
no zone.
Yeah. Like it would have to be in like one of those little you can't see through anything plastic bags.
Yeah, the hentai corner.
Yeah. Like so what are you going to do to like wow. Amazing marketing, Vito. You've really thought this through.
I don't know.
You said, you know what? I may have fucked up my relationship with my dead girlfriend by not delivering my comic on time. But
Jesus.
damn it. If I can't fuck things up further by making one of the comic covers sexually explicit and not available in retailer locations. Good job,
Just like
Vito.
she's no longer available to me. I'm sorry, I couldn't deliver my comic on time, and my girlfriend was so disappointed she just died.
Funny story,
You know
she
what?
died before I attempted to do the comic.
Just sits there. It's like, have you ever watched Star Wars? Yeah. You know the scene right after Anakin chokes Padme, and she's dying of a broken heart? That's what happened to her, except for I didn't choke her. I just didn't deliver on my promises.
Oh my god.
Dude, I'm gonna feel really bad. It's gonna come out like she died of leukemia, and I'm gonna feel like an ass.
I won't. Given all the shit that he's done, no. You know what? It's all in comedy, and there's people laughing in this one.
It's like you defended cuties, and leukemia is funny.
Oh man.
Right.
Oh god, I just thought of the rest of the connection.
What? Wanna ask?
She would have passed before the story came out about the Q-tip kitty, but would have been likely alive while it happened.
Maybe that's why she died. You have 2 people watching. One of it's me, and the other one's Belinda. I bet.
Yep, I'm safe. I'm not getting canceled tonight.
This is gonna go private. This one can edit it out. The Vito girlfriend death mark will remain just between the 3 of us.
Unless I cut it out and put it out as its own video.
Oh no. I don't know if me joining as just like a guest on your stage is a good idea, because I don't know how much I'm enabling you right now.
Oh no, I understand this shit no matter what. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, do I have co-host energy, or like set you up to get canceled and murder your career energy? I don't know. Am I gonna be your Maddox? Am I
Oh
gonna
no.
be your Masterson?
Oh man.
And it was right, it's Belinda, yeah. That's the other Belinda's a straight G for staying through this.
Yeah.
Went through with the hour and a half of critiquing Eric July's fucking webpage. I don't see who else would fucking sit through that.
I'm entertainment for Belinda's night shift, okay?
Like, leave it to us to somehow make website review funny. And next week we're going over the Heaven's
Next
Gate
week
cult website.
It's Heaven's Gate and Make-A-Wish.
It's like, and I, as a Jim Jones, would have easily been inspired by this should my cult have lasted 20 years longer.
uh,
Unfortunately, we flavor aided early.
uh, I just wanted to do a tie-in right there. I just don't have the heart. Oh man! Speaking of
Neither-
cults, do you see what they do with these Make-A-Wish kids?
You said I don't have a heart. Neither does Vito's girlfriend.
Yeah, not after the autopsy.
She died of a broken heart. What happened? Superkiller.
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna end it there, I think.
Right before the cancellation. Perfect.
They're filing the paperwork now. So if I end before and then they get the paperwork approved,